Alrighty, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we're going to react to Big Sean's albums ranked worst to best. Now, number one, if they include Detroit, I feel like that should be number one. But if Detroit's not in there, then you gotta put Dark Paradise Skies. I think that's what it's called. I forgot the name of it. I think it's Dark Paradise. You gotta put Dark Paradise at number one. But let's see what they rank it as. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
What's good, people? CJ Williams bringing you another Culturalist Theory ranking in spectacular fashion. Big Sean throughout his career has been the poster child for inspiration. From getting signed off of freestyle to holding his weight with some of the generation's greatest, the Detroit native could have easily underperformed when shouldering such massive expectations. Instead, we got multi-platinum offerings from one of hip-hop's most unlikely champions. Today, we will be ranking his albums from worst to first. Don't worry, we'll save everyone the headache of placing that Metro collab project on this list. We're also excluding his standout Detroit mixtape and collab EP with Hit Boy, but feel free to rank those down in the comments. With that out of the way, let's get started. Number 5, Finally Famous. When making these rankings,
you put his first album over Hall of Fame? I'd put Hall of Fame at number 5. I'd put Hall of Fame at number 5. I wouldn't dare put this album had bangers. What? Ass. Marvin Gaye, Sade. Come on, man. This has some classics. Like I never had it at what? This song this album has some bangers on it, bruh. Y'all tripping.
It can look from both sides of a polarizing album. There isn't much nuance to a review on a project like Finally Famous, though. We still believe Sean Don is severely overhated. Two things can be true at the same time. The Detroit MC's debut album had some commercial upside for sure, selling 87,000 copies on its way to a number 3 debut. And while we're not writing off every single song on this project, the lows are much too apparent to pretend the album is anything other than subpar. Released to generally positive reviews, everything from Sean's lyrics and delivery to beat selection and track sequencing have aged poorly on this project. Songs like I Do It, Don't Tell Me How You Love Me, and High all feel like glaring disappointments from an artist who not only got a Kanye cosign, but shared a freshman cover with J. Cole, Freddie Gibbs, and Nipsey Hussle. We have some guilty pleasure tracks that still get play occasionally, namely My Last featuring Chris Brown, Marvin and Chardonnay, with appearances from Kanye and Roscoe Dash, and Memories Part 2, sporting a revamped hook from John Legend, with the latter being released word for word on his Finally Famous Volume 3 mixtape the summer before. Ultimately, the project felt rushed and disingenuous to the artist Sean had already shown glimpses of becoming. The album has No ID's fingerprints all over it, despite production being one of the record's most identifiable weaknesses. We get features from Wiz and The Dream that were clearly fueled by star power rather than studio chemistry, and an album that probably should have had more Kanye involvement. We just want to know what Hip Hop DX heard to give this one 4 out of 5 stars, because it's only up from here. Number 4, Detroit 2. Linking up with Hit Boy throughout, the sequel to Sean's classic.
Hold on now. The disrespect. I hope y'all not putting Hall of Fame at number 1. I hope that's not where we're going here. See, we always go through this. Every video, we go through this. No. I know y'all not putting Hall of Fame at number 1 because this was a really good album, bruh. I don't know what more y'all want from Big Sean. I really don't. This was a really good album. I feel like these niggas finna put a Hall of Fame at number 1, bro. I just feel it, bro. I don't know why. I just feel it.
Mixtape is as purposeful as it is triumphant.
Because
truly putting
Hall
on
of Fame should be down.
Friday Night Cypher is one of the strongest examples of city love you're going to find in hip hop. If you can name them and they rep the D, they're probably on this track. Eminem, 42 Doug, Cash Doll, Bodie James, Royce the 5'9", T Grizzly. Hell, the only person they didn't tap was Danny Brown. The album would also host the last verse reportedly recorded by Nipsey Hussle. Fittingly, Sean's 5th album would serve as a victory lap of sorts, signifying his departure from the Good Music label. We get a refreshing feature from Wayne over a nasty Human Nature flip. What is that beat, like 10 for 10 now? Additional features from Ty Dolla $ign, Jhené Aiko, and Anderson .Paak would round out the album nicely. Recruiting larger-than-life icons Dave Chappelle, Erykah Badu, and Stevie Wonder, Sean weaves together invisibly connected webs to serve as an impromptu narration of his life and rise to fame. Behind the boards, we get frequent facilitators Mike Will Made It, Key Wayne, No ID, and DJ Mustard, who don't necessarily provide the most challenging beats of Sean's career, rather they adjust our perception of what his comfort zone sounds like. Sean's most recent studio release continued his hot streak, being his 3rd straight #1 album, proving his work ethic equated to a devoted fan base that will continually help him move 100K units first week. As we alluded to earlier, Sean Don has a number of collab projects that we didn't count for this solo-only list. Double or Nothing with Metro Boomin, 2088, his duet project with Boo Jhené Aiko, fire, and his most recent EP with producer of the hour, Hit Boy, titled What You Expect, not bad. Let us know what you thought of those projects below, and what producer would you like to see him link up with next. Also, Sean, if you're watching, where's that 2088 follow-up y'all promised? Hey, make that happen for your boy. Appreciate it. Number 3, Hall of Fame. Climactic production, check. Expressive storytelling, check. Occasional cringe bar, unfortunately. Just hearing Nothing Is Stopping You is enough to assure fans Sean's approach for this album is more grounded and comprehensive. Key Wayne's expanded production duties help distinguish the Don's voice and personality, which was stifled on Finally Famous. Following the success of his Detroit mixtape, we see the most poised and confident version of Sean yet, enlisting features from Tunechi, Jhené, Nas, Nicki, and Miguel. Sean's sophomore slump was avoided through a dedicated work ethic and competitive urge to outdo his peers. The album would see a decline commercially, moving about 15K less units in its first week, but its improved quality would be reflected in its positive critical reception. Delivering on his promises of a more conceptually driven album, Hall of Fame still has some blemishes that could be tweaked. Mona Lisa, It's Time, and MILF all missed the mark. We get it, him and Nicki wanted to follow up the success of their previous single Dance, BKA Ass, but the track does throw a wrench in the album's momentum. The 2013 LP would lay the groundwork for a lot of the concepts he would explore on projects like Dark Sky Paradise and I Decided. We never ask for perfection from artists, just growth. If World Ablaze isn't a clear example of said growth, then we don't know what to tell you. Number 2, I Decided. Sean's 4th studio album, second to top the charts, is a masterclass on rebirth. Going from I Don't Fuck With You to Sunday Morning Jetpack, it's clear he's undergone tremendous growth. At least they got the top 2 since his previous project. I Decided was released to the worst critical reception of his solo career. Credit that to elevated expectations.
I feel like Detroit should be number 3.
Success. Features from M, Migos, The Dream, Jeremiah, and 2088 would highlight Sean's ability to gather and elevate his all-star collaborators. We're just wondering how Wayne didn't make another appearance, despite featuring on everything except his debut. When speaking to Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show, the Detroit MC illustrated the idea behind the album, stating its concept was driven by the understanding and foresight that comes with lived experiences, ultimately righting his wrongs as if he were at the end of his story and had to atone for his mistakes in life. Being his most transcendent and structured album to date, there's a lot to love on here. Light with Jeremiah, Jump Out the Window, and Bigger Than Me all belong on his Apple Essentials playlist. His highest charting single to date, Bounce Back, would also garner him a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Performance. The beat was produced by Hitmaker and Smash David, with additional contributions from Metro Boomin. Producer TM88 would diss the production team minus Metro for not crediting him, despite his work on the Juicy J song Act with Smash earlier in the year. I hope they were able to work that out. Sean's 2017 LP would sell a little over 150K first week units on its way to eventual platinum status. We would have omitted Moves and Oh Me, but they didn't impact the track list too noticeable in either direction. Yeah, don't look at us like that. Moves could have been promotional, but with Bounce Back, it's redundant. Whatever, let's move on to our number 1. Number 1, Dark Sky Paradise.
It's gotta be.
In, Sean hit the jackpot.
It's
with
gotta
balance
be.
Between hits and album cut.
This album is a certified classic, bruh. You gotta put it at number 1. This is a certified classic right here, bruh. Oh my god. Dark Paradise Skies is a top tier album, bruh. It can hang, bruh. 2015, I feel like 2015 was the last good year of music, bro. I really do feel like 2015 was the last good year of music, bro. Think about it. You had J. Cole still running with 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Kendrick dropped To Pimp a Butterfly. Scarface dropped the album. That was really, really good. What was it called? Deeply Rooted. Scarface dropped Deeply Rooted. Boosie had a good album that year. Big Sean, best work he put out. Fetty Wap was killing the charts. Fucking damn. I want to say around this time, this is when Lil Uzi started. Coming into the game. Ray Shrimmer was dropping bangers. Migos was gearing up for something amazing. Fucking damn, who else? I'm trying to think who else in 2015. Oh yeah, Drake. Drake was on fire around this time, bruh. If you're reading this, it's too late. The Meek Mill beef, Hotline Bling. Like, Drake was on fire around this time. Like, dog, I feel like this was just the last good year for music. Like, 2016 was cool, and 2017 was alright. But man, that 2018 and going forward, some of the most garbage shit came out. And y'all niggas was really listening to that. 2017, 2018. Lil Pump, Lil Xan. Y'all was listening to some garbage ass music, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Y'all was really listening to that garbage ass music, bro. Shit was hot garbage. All these SoundCloud rappers, bro. Smoke Perp. Fuck out of here, man. Nah, bro. Y'all listen to that weirdo shit around that time, bro. All that weirdo shit started coming out, man.
Because this is easily the most versatile we see the good music star. 12 tracks, 50 minutes,
the stupid
9
ass
features,
bitch
double
ain't fucking
the album
with
was
you.
supported by 5 singles and a debut at number
shit.
1, selling nearly 175K its first week. From the transitions to the lyrical gymnastics, we see Sean pull out all the stops. Stellar performances from Janae, Wayne, Drake, and E40 showed that the stars had aligned perfectly for one of the more underrated LPs to come out of the decade. Of course, we have one of his biggest hits to date, I Don't Fuck With You, which at the time of this recording is 7 times platinum.
About you
one
or
of Wayne's
anything
most
that you
profound
do.
and thought-provoking features in recent memory, Play No Games, with the Martin-inspired music video to match.
Oh, yeah.
Janae's most intimate
I ain't like the
dropped
modern
just
niggas.
before their collab album 2018. Not to mention beats from
Kanye,
Kanye, Michael Amade,
you know what
T.
your
Wayne,
problem
and
is.
DJ Mustard at the peak of his power.
You know
the
what your
project is
problem
cohesive
is.
and concise, with even the weaker tracks on here still being serviceable for the final cut. Our only gripe is he couldn't crank out another project or two comparable to this one. Let us know down in the comments if you think it's a classic or does it just miss the mark.
It's a classic.
Alas, the end of another Culturalist Theory classic. Before we dip, we got a question for you. Given Wayne and Sean's impeccable studio chemistry, appearing on each other's respective albums 5 times, does Sean have an argument as a top 3 Wayne running mate of all time? Would you be down for a full collab project from them? Let's talk about it.
It'll be alright. It's up to Wayne though. I don't think Wayne really want to rap no more. I think he'll gracefully take his flowers and bow out the game. Because he's starting to realize that the shit is changing and he's not going to change with it. And I respect Wayne for that. Don't change who you are to fit in, because that's how everybody falls off. And we all know he's musically as an artist. We all know Wayne is superior to all these younger artists that came into the game. And I'm talking about the young niggas. I'm talking about the Little Uzi Verts, the Playboy Cardis, the ASAP Rockies, you know, the niggas that's not really on Wayne's level. Now, the Drakes, the Coles, the Kendricks, the Big Seans, okay, they have a different, okay, it's a different ball game when it comes to them. Cause then it becomes about chemistry. But like these little niggas, nah, bruh. These little niggas, Wayne know he's superior to them. And he don't have to stoop to their level just to make good music. But yeah, I could see where you're going with that though.
It down in the, well, you know where. I'm CJ Williams. Check out our other rankings on this channel like these. And
so that's just gonna about do it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next video. If you never listened to Dark Skies Paradise, you really need to. Fire ass album. It's definitely a classic. Give it a chance if you can. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Go listen to your Lil Xans and your Lil Pumps. Stupid bitch.